securing Oracle ERP with Identity Cloud Service and Cloud Access Security Broker. This lab walks you through registering a Fusion Apps demo environment. From there, you will be able to start integrating the demo with Identity Cloud Service IDCS and Cloud Access Security Broker CASB. Requesting an ERP cloud instance. Log into Demo Central and request an environment. In the first part, we are going to request an ERP cloud instance. To do this, we must log into Demo Central. Once at the home page, navigate to the Demos section. Click the Register a Demo. Search or select the demo title called Fusion GSI, ERP, SCM, HCM, and Engagement Cloud. Fill in the details, demo resource details, activity dates, and any additional information. Then select Next in the bottom right corner. In the additional information section, select the horizontal or industry specific category that is most applicable. The next field will ask if you want to add others to this demo. If applicable, please enter the Oracle email of the person you want to add to the demo. Next, select the product you plan to include in your demo. This should be Products, Cloud Apps, Fusion Apps, ERP Cloud. Click Next, confirm your details, and click Submit. Access ERP Cloud environment. Once the environment has been approved, you will receive an email from Demo Central no replies _ww@oracle.com. This will have a link where you can access your registration details and environment information. Make sure to save the access details and copy the password as we will be using it in the next part. Please note that the environment password will change weekly. Then click on Launch Demo, click on ERP and HCM Cloud Login, and you will be taken to the sign-in page for your ERP instance. Here you can sign in with a few different users using the same password. But in this workshop, we will be exploring two different personas. Connect IDCS and ERP Cloud for single sign-on and user provisioning. Step 1. Download IDCS Identity Provider metadata. Let's first navigate to the IDCS console sign-in page provided by your lab facilitator. Enter the provided administrator username and password. If you do not have the URL or the credentials, please contact your lab facilitator. In the web browser address bar, update the URL to access the metadata with the following format: https idcs tenant instance identity oraclecloud /fed /v1 /metadata, where IDCS tenant instance is the tenant name of your IDCS instance. This value should already appear in the web browser. Save the XML content of your web browser to a file on your desktop with the name idp_metadata.xml. Make a note of where this file is saved to. Obtain ERP Cloud external server, host, and port values. We first need to obtain ERP Cloud external server, host, and port values. To do this, sign in to the demo ERP Cloud instance as demo FA admin and use the password copied previously from the clipboard. This user, Harry Hooper, is the security administrator for the ERP Cloud instance. Expand the navigator menu on the upper left. Scroll down and expand Others. Click on Setup and Maintenance. Click on the Tasks icon. Select Review Topology. Then click the Detail tab and expand FA domain name. For the HCM services entry, note the values of external server host and external server port. The following are examples. Your values will be different. If you cannot locate that entry, expand the HCM domain name and note the values of external server host and external server port for the HCM core setup entry. Write down these values because they will be used later in the configuration of ERP Cloud in IDCS. An example of the two values is provided below. Create IDCS as an identity provider in ERP Cloud. Let's enable IDCS as an identity provider in ERP Cloud. Navigate back to the home page and scroll the dashboard tiles until we find Tools. Click on it. Click on Security Console. Here we see the security settings available to the administrator. Click on Single Sign-On. We are going to add IDCS as an identity provider for ERP Cloud. Click on Create Identity Provider. Click on Edit. Provide a name for the identity provider. Select Unspecified for the name ID format. Check the box for Enable Chooser Login Page. This will provide us with two authentication methods, from IDCS or from ERP Cloud. This is generally a best practice to maintain local administrator accounts in ERP Cloud in the event of the identity provider IDCS experiences any issues. In the Import Identity Provider Metadata section, click Browse. Locate the previously downloaded IDCS metadata file, idp_metadata.xml, and click Open. Click Save and Close. Now in the Single Sign-On configuration Identity Provider Details page, click the Service Provider Details. Click the download icon for the service provider SHA-256 metadata URL and save the file to your desktop. Name it fa_sha256_metadata.xml. Locate the fa256_metadata.xml file you just saved to your desktop and open it in your favorite text editor. In the file, locate the TSIG:(X509) certificate tag under MD:(key descriptor use equal to signing and copy the value between the start and end DSIG X509 certificate tags into your notes. Now locate the entity ID attribute in the MD entity descriptor tag and save this to your notes. Also, locate the location attribute for MD assertion consumer service. This should be similar to https tenant.domain.com/oam/server/fed/sp/sso. Save this value to your notes as well. Once the values are copied, you may close the file. Now, we are going to create a PEM certificate file. Open a new text editor. Open a new text editor file. Paste the FA underscore SHA256.metadata.xml copied certificate value from your notes into the new file. Please reference the attached diagram for the syntax. It should begin with begin certificate and end with end certificate. Save this file as fa underscore cert.pem. Now we are ready to register ERP Cloud in IDCS as an application. Please make sure you have the values of ERP Cloud's entity ID, tenant name, domain name, as well as the location of the fa underscore cert.pem file. Register and activate the user provisioning to ERP Cloud application in IDCS. Now we will register and activate the user provisioning to the ERP Cloud application in IDCS. Navigate to the IDCS console, select Applications and click Add. Click App Catalog. Search Oracle Fusion Applications Release 13. And then click Add. In the Details tab, update the name of the application to reflect your environment's name and add underscore PROV to indicate that this is the provisioning application. By default, all Oracle Fusion applications are selected: CRM, ERP, HCM, and HCM. Uncheck everything but ERP. From your previous notes, enter the tenant name and the domain name of your ERP Cloud instance and click Next. Click on the SSO Configuration tab and enter the entity ID you obtained previously. However, modify the value to remove the port number. Click Upload and search for the PEM certificate fa underscore cert.pem to upload into IDCS. Click Next and then Finish. Now we have to enable provisioning. Click on the Provisioning tab. Turn on Enable Provisioning. Enter the ERP Cloud Administrator's username and password. Provide the hostname obtained previously as external server host. Provide the port number obtained previously as port value. Click on Test Connectivity to verify connection with the ERP Cloud environment. Once you see a confirmation message, you are all set. Click Save. Now click Activate and then click OK in the confirmation window. IDCS displays a message that your Oracle Fusion apps has been activated. Register and activate the single sign-on ERP Cloud application in IDCS. The next thing we have to do is register and activate the single sign-on ERP Cloud application in IDCS. Although we already created a provisioning application for ERP Cloud, we have to create a separate application to enable single sign-on. Navigate back to the applications page and click Add. Select SAML application. Provide a name for this application to reflect your ERP Cloud instance and append underscore SSO to the end of it to differentiate it from the underscore PROV provisioning application. Provide the application URL. This value should be everything in the entity ID up to .com. Now click Next to hit the SSO configuration page. Enter the entity ID into the field. Include the port number this time. Enter the assertion consumer service location value from your notes into the assertion consumer URL field. select unspecified for the name ID format. Select primary email for the name ID value. Click upload and upload the PEM certificate fa_cert.pem. Click save and finish. Now click activate and then click OK in the confirmation window. IDCS displays a message that your application has been activated. Create an ERP users group in IDCS. We will need to create an ERP users group in IDCS to better manage any new users we provision in IDCS and want to move over to ERP Cloud. Navigate to IDCS console and click on Groups. Click Add. Provide a name for your ERP users and click Finish. Search for the group and click on it. Then click on the Access tab. Assign the ERP provisioning and SSO applications to this group. This is done to facilitate user provisioning from IDCS to ERP Cloud as well as automatically enable SSO for the user. Test single sign-on from ERP Cloud. In order to activate IDCS as the identity provider for ERP Cloud, we need to first test the integration to confirm a successful connection. Navigate back to the ERP Security console and click on Single Sign-On. Click on the IDCS identity provider we just added. Click on Diagnostics and Activation. Click Test. To properly test this, the current user logged into ERP Cloud must already exist in IDCS and must belong to the ERP users group. Once we see a success, we can enable IDCS as an identity provider for ERP Cloud. Provision a user from IDCS to ERP Cloud. Access the IDCS console. Now let's provision a user from IDCS to ERP Cloud and access the IDCS console. Navigate to the IDCS console sign-in page provided by your lab facilitator. Enter the provided administrator username and password. If you do not have the URL or the credentials, please contact your lab facilitator. Once logged in, you will see the IDCS console page displaying all of the relevant information, users, groups, passwords, etc., that an identity domain administrator would be interested in. In the Users module, click on the profile icon to navigate to the list of users in IDCS. Step 2. Create a new user in IDCS. We are now seeing the list of users in the current IDCS instance. Click on the Add button to add a new user to IDCS. A window will pop up prompting us to enter the new user's information. Go ahead and fill out the required fields, then click Next. We are now prompted to assign this user to a group. For the purpose of this lab, the facilitators have already created the groups for us. For the purpose of this lab, the facilitators have already created the group for us. Assign the user to ERP FA users, then click Finish. The new user is created and we can see the user's current information, groups, and application access. If you explore the Groups and Access tabs, we can see that the user belongs to the ERP FA users group and has access to two applications. These applications allow us to provision the user from IDCS to ERP Cloud using a pre-built connector. Verify new user creation in ERP Cloud. To verify the creation of the new user, sign in to the Demo ERP Cloud instance as Demo FA admin and use the password copied previously from the clipboard. This user, Harry Hooper, is the security administrator for the ERP Cloud instance. Navigate to the home page of the ERP Cloud instance. On the home page, scroll the dashboard until we find Tools. Click on it. Click on Security Console. Here we see the security configuration settings available to the administrator. Click on Users. Now we want to verify that the user we created in IDCS also exists in the ERP Cloud system. In the search bar, type the username of the user created in IDCS. If the provisioning was successful, we will see the new user under search results as shown. Connect CASB with ERP Cloud for application fraud detection. Create a dedicated CASB user in ERP Cloud. Let's connect CASB with ERP Cloud for application fraud detection. First, let's create a dedicated CASB user in ERP Cloud. Log into ERP Cloud as the administrator and navigate to the home page. In the dashboard area, scroll to the right until you see Tools. Click on Security Console, click on Users, and then Add User Account. On the Add User Account page, set the person type field to none. Enter a first name for the user, for example, CASB. Enter a last name for the user, for example, Oracle CASB service account. Enter a username to identify the account, for example, CASB. This is the name used to register ERP Cloud in CASB. Enter a password and re-enter to confirm password. Click Add Role. Search for ORA, FND, CASB, Audit, Access, Discretionary, and click Add Role Membership. Click Done and save and close. Click on Roles, then Create Role. On the Create Role basic information page, enter a role name, for example, CASB Manage Audit Role. Copy that entry into the role code box. Set role category to Setup Job Roles and then click Next. On the Function Security Policies page, click on the Privileges tab and click on Add Function Security Policy. Search for FND Manage Audit Policies PRIV and select Manage Audit Policies. Click Add Privilege to Role and click OK, then Done. Now keep clicking Next until you reach the summary page. Then click Save and Close and OK. Now navigate back to Users and search for the CASB service user you created. On User Account Details, click Edit and Add Role. Search for the role you created, CASB Manage Audit Role, and click Add Role Membership. Click OK and Done. Save and close. Enable Business Object Auditing for ERP Cloud. In order to enable Business Object Auditing for ERP Cloud, we need to expand the Navigator menu on the upper left. Scroll down and expand Others. Click on Setup and Maintenance. Search Tasks for Manage Audit Policies. Click on Manage Audit Policies. locate the Oracle Fusion Applications row and set auditing level to auditing. Now locate the Oracle Platform Security Services row and set auditing level to low all events. Click Save and Close. Step 3. Adding ERP Cloud to CASB. The next thing we are going to do is add ERP Cloud to CASB. Navigate to the CASB console and log in with the administrator credentials. Click on Add Modify App. Select ERP Cloud as the app type and click Next. Enter a unique name for your ERP Cloud instance and click Next. Make sure Monitor ERP Cloud role memberships and privileges is selected. Check I understand and explicitly approve and so on and click Next. Now we have to enter the credentials for our ERP Cloud instance. In the host name field, enter the ERP Cloud application URL. For the username, enter the username of the user we created previously, for example, CASB. Enter the password for the CASB service user. Click Test Credentials, and when you see a success, click Submit. The application is now registered in CASB. Please note that it takes about 30 minutes for CASB to initially sync with ERP Cloud to pull in data. Monitor risky user behavior in ERP Cloud with CASB. Access the CASB console. In this part, we are going to monitor risky user behavior in ERP Cloud with CASB. Let's first access the CASB console. Navigate to the CASB console sign-in page provided by your lab facilitator. Enter the provided administrator username and password. If you do not have the URL or the credentials, please contact your lab facilitator. Once logged in, we are greeted with the CASB dashboard. Here, the security administrator can get quick insights into what applications are experiencing risky behaviors. These risks can also be filtered by geographical location, risk type, and associated users. Create a new risk policy. Now we are going to create a new risk policy to track abnormal user behavior. Click on the upper left menu, expand the configuration submenu, click on policy management. Here we can see a list of all the policies our CASB is leveraging to monitor all the applications associated with it for risky behavior. These policies are used to determine how we define risky behavior. Click on New Policy, enter a name, description, and select a risk priority for the new policy. You may choose to include this in a user's risk score as well. Click Next. Select ERP Cloud for application type, any for application instance, job role for resource, text for resource name, contains business development manager, role membership added for action on this resource. Click Next. Leave blank and click Next. Leave as is and click Next. You provide a custom alert message or add your email for the alert to be sent to you directly. Click Next. Review and submit. Assign a faulty job role to the new user created in part 2. Navigate back to the ERP Cloud Security Console, search for the newly created user, and click on the user's display name. Click Edit on the upper menu bar, click Add Role next to the roles header, search for Business Development Manager and select GSE Business Development Manager. Click Add Role Membership, then click Done. The new user is now assigned the faulty job role. It will take a few minutes for Caspi to detect the anomaly. Verify that an abnormal role assignment was detected by Caspi. To verify that an abnormal role assigned was detected, navigate back to the Caspi console. Click on the upper left menu, click on Applications, select FA_Caspi, and click View Details. Once Caspi detects the anomaly, the risk event will be shown similarly to below. To gain more insight, click on the Risk Event row. Here we can see which user initiated the role assignment, what role was assigned, and to whom the role was assigned. In this lab, you requested a demo ERP Cloud instance and further secured it with IDCS and Caspi to detect fraudulent user behavior as well as leverage auto user provisioning from a single identity store to a target application. You are finished with all the labs.